statistics show it. But in the world of epidemiology, and I come from a college in Oxford that's world famous for epidemiology, its first warden discovered the link between lung cancer and smoking, and we know the effect that's had on the world. And studies have been done to see if there's any correlation between belief in God and well-being. That's a hard thing to define. And all these studies have been collected together in what is called a meta-study, a study of studies. And Andrew Sims points out the result of one of the biggest, as published in the American Journal of Public Health. He says this: in the majority of studies, religious involvement is correlated with well-being, happiness, life satisfaction, hope, optimism, purpose and meaning in life, higher self-esteem, better adaptation to bereavement, greater social support, less loneliness, lower rates of depression, faster recovery from depression, lower rates of suicide, fewer positive attitudes to suicide, less anxiety, less psychosis, fewer psychotic tendencies, less criminal activity, lower rates of alcohol and drug abuse, greater marital stability, and so on and so forth. Now, this is a massive scientific study. And Andrew Sims then says, if the results of this study had shown the opposite trend, that there was a correlation between lack of well-being and religion, it would have hit the headlines in every newspaper in the world. But because the correlation goes the other way, he says, and I quote, "This is the best kept secret of psychiatry." So if you want to ask about scientific, in the social sciences, investigation of this, the evidence is mounting that belief in God is not health neutral, it's not well-being neutral, it is actually positive. Now, I rush to say that doesn't prove it's true. In fact, you only get proof in the strict sense, ladies and gentlemen, in my field of pure mathematics, as you mathematicians will know. But we use the word proof in two ways. The rigorous way in mathematics, you don't even get that kind of proof in physics or any of the natural sciences. And the informal way, for example, in a court of law, can we demonstrate that beyond reasonable doubt? We talk not about proof, but about evidence, about pointers. And that does not, of course, mean that what we believe is necessarily weak. I cannot prove to you mathematically that my wife, with whom I've been for 45 years, loves me. I cannot prove it to you mathematically, but I'd stake my life on it, because I believe the evidence is there. Do you see the difference? And so, although the link between well-being and belief in God does not prove it, it's powerful evidence pointing in the direction of this statement: if there is a God who created us and who loves us and in whose image we are made, then it's not surprising if believing in him and trusting him brings about a state of well-being. That at least is perfectly consistent. So let's come very quickly to the next question. And I hope you're writing down the things you want to ask. I notice